This weekend, Formula One arriving in Austin, Texas. The race kicks off the fourth quarter of the Grand Prix season, and with just 6 races left of 24, Mercedes is going to try to climb up the leaderboard for both the driver and constructor championships. For more on the business of Formula One, I want to bring in Toto Wolff. He's team principal, CEO of Mercedes-AMG Formula One Team. We should also mention that next month, a no-holds-barred book on Mercedes titled Inside Mercedes Formula One, Life in the Fast Lane is due out. And we should say that Toto is also a former professional driver himself. You're not, and we just discussed this, you're not driving too much yourself anymore.
Yeah, I kind of couldn't even have imagined when I was a young guy that one day I wouldn't be enjoying it anymore. So I'm doing these events and around Lewis and George when we were doing our laps. And then I realized 5 or 6 years ago, that's not what it felt before. And also I'm trying to be competitive, and then it's like a muscle you train. If the muscle isn't trained, things become overwhelming and not as enjoyable.
So now you're an investor and you're managing this whole team. Are you shocked at the success of F1 in the U.S.?
Yeah, I think we had a few events that coincided that really helped us in grow in the U.S. The first one was obviously COVID. We were able to put on a show without spectators. We were the first global sport that did so. People were at home and watched the sport. Netflix did a fantastic job with the Drive to Survive series. I wasn't so keen at the beginning. So Ferrari and us didn't participate in the first series.
But you wish you did now?
Well, we discussed with my Ferrari colleague back in the day whether we should do it, and we felt like we were racing for a Formula One World Championship, and he said not Cirque du Soleil. But we realized after a year's time that it was a mistake not having participated. So you have Netflix that hit the households. Then a fantastic season in 21 when Lewis Hamilton, Ford, Max Verstappen, Red Bull and Mercedes ended up in a sporting tragedy with a call that cost Lewis the championship. Many young drivers that use social media extensively, and that led to a situation that the sport is strong in affluent areas in the US, and the strongest growing demographics is young females between 15 and 35.
So you had this huge growth, and so the question is, what does the line look like? Does the line look like is the trajectory at that same pace, or is it now slowing down? And I think there's sort of questions about how much more it can grow, especially in this super competitive environment in media for sports rights right now.
I think from a pure economical standpoint, us as a franchise league, is that our contracts are very long term. We're signing TV deals or sponsorship contracts or promotion contracts with racetracks for up to 5 to 10 years. So that is a stable, predictable income stream. I think as when it comes to the fans, we just need to continue to entertain, and we need to be wary what regulations we put into the sport.
Like what?
Like how fast are the cars going? We're putting a new half electric, half combustion engine in 2026 with 100% biofuel. Is that relevant from a sustainability story? Absolutely.
Isn't that the theme of like Cars 2? Like the biofuels and changing out the race cars?
Yes. So I represent also Mercedes in that, obviously in Formula One, and Mercedes was all in EV. The markets demanded it. The cars are great, but the infrastructure is simply not there yet, and that's why the demand is lacking. And I think what we're doing is what's happening in the real world. People enjoy driving combustion engines, but if we can make them hybrid, even better. And if you fuel them with biofuel, waste-based biofuel, this is still a sustainable alternative.
So are you arguing this is good for the sport, or are you thinking this is a mistake for the sport because it's going to change the sport?
No, I think staying technically relevant and innovative is important for the sport. That's always been part of Formula One, the fastest laboratory in the world.
And are these cars going to go faster?
They are going to go faster. They're ready to take incredibly fast through the corners and on the straight, but they are going to go fast again.
How dangerous do you think this is? And the faster the cars go, how much more dangerous do you think it is today?
It is really dangerous, but the sport doesn't show that anymore. With the camera technology that we have, you don't realize that the cars are doing 220 miles an hour. Cornering speeds, when you see that live, are astonishing, because you can't even believe that the car is going to make the corner when you see it coming. And it's dangerous. We were just lucky that we didn't have very bad accidents in the last few years.
LVMH just got involved with a big sponsorship, a 10-year deal for a lot of money. How many more deals are there out there like that in F1, you think?
So that is obviously a spectacular deal. It doesn't go much better in the luxury sector than LVMH and all of their sub-brands. And it's a knighting. If LVMH perceives us as luxury and being on par with their brands, that's good news. But we're seeing strong influx of technology companies, the best ones that are keen to work in Formula One on the marketing side and on the technical side. AI and machine learning is one of the big topics. So, so far, knock on wood, it's going okay.
How much more broad do you want the sport to be? Meaning, it is considered right now a very upscale sport. You look at what's going to happen in Austin over the weekend, or when it goes to Miami, or even Vegas. It is a luxury in the same way we described LVMH. Is that an accessible luxury, and does it need to be longer term?
It's quite interesting because when we look at our demographics, it's affluent very much. When I'm in the big cities in the US, I see the enthusiasm, and you go a little bit more out of the cities, it's less. Football is the predominant sport. And I think we just got to continue to gain our fans everywhere in the United States. But it is high-tech, it's niche, big in Europe and South America. But you can see in Austin, for example, we have been the single largest event in the United States last year with 430,000 people. So
you want it to be aspirational. You want it to be luxury, but aspirational, that other people.
Yes, we want to be luxury. We want to be aspirational and inspirational, but we also want to provide alternatives for people who can't afford to pay $1,000 for a ticket.
Long term, and I know your wife's involved in this. Do you want to have more female drivers in F1, and what does that look like?
Absolutely. I mean, I've been with Susie for many years. It's been 15 years since we're together, and I've seen the struggles that she had as a professional racing driver. The kind of preconception that a woman isn't fit enough or strong enough to drive a car, and that is just simply not true. That's why she's running Formula One Academy, which is also a Formula One series as a managing director, with the aim of having more women in Formula One in a few years. And it needs to start with the ground rules in karting. Today, a few years ago, we had 100 karters, 5 girls. Now we have 25 girls over 100 karters, and that's going to eventually bring a woman into Formula One.